accepted two huge lies. The first is that if you disagree with someone's lifestyle, you must fear or hate them. The
Mhm.
second is that to love someone means you agree with everything they believe, say, or
Mhm.
do. And both are nonsense. You don't
Mhm.
have to compromise convictions to be compassionate. And so, and that was, as I said, someone said that was from Dave Chappelle.
Wow.
But
Mhm.
you talk about, people coming together and speaking. Millennials, will say, "Oh, old folks don't know nothing." They get on my nerves. And then you have the old folks saying, "Oh, them young whippersnappers." They start off messing up by the language that they use. Say when you call somebody a whippersnapper, what the hell is a whippersnapper?
Right.
So you lose them right there. But I think to be willing and open to communicate, I think that's where you be and impart the wisdom. They're not going to know unless you tell them, and you have the opportunity to tell them. If you see them doing something wrong, you have old folks who are scared to say anything to young folks. Pull your pants up. I'm not gonna say that. I don't want them to shoot me. What? What? The few times that I've done it, being on college campuses, where you see students sometimes who do that because no one said anything to them. When you say, "Hey, young man,
Right.
pull that up, man. I got my own drawers. I don't need to see yours." And they're like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay." And they pull up and they, fine. And then we have a conversation about
Right.
something else. But it's just that I think that's where you start. I think
Yes.
when as I said, the communication is breaking down, but pull somebody up. Go to lunch with somebody in another generation. Do go to lunch with somebody different than you.
Right.
And I think that's where we start.
That's awesome. Well,
Well,
this has been a good discussion overall, from the Jesse shenanigans to to what's going on with us. But
anything new happened since we've been talking about them?
no,
Nothing else new
no,
happened.
no,
Okay.
no. He still has those felony charges.
We're gonna hear about it tomorrow. Watch, it's gonna lead.
Right. So
Yeah.
before I hand it over to you, Thin Bad, we have a little community announcement. Hold on one second. Okay. We have a little community and hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. We have people coming in the studio trying to give me these ads and things, trying to work this thing out. But the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Las Vegas Alumni Chapter, and Eta Chi Chapter, in partnership with the UNLV Black Law Student Association, UNLV Alliance of Professionals of African Heritage, and UNLV Black Professional Women's Association, present the effects of the United States immigration policies on families from the African diaspora,
Diaspora.
diaspora,
Use your words.
including the Caribbean. This is going to be a seminar talking about this subject. It's going to be February 26th, 2019 at 6 p.m. at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, William S. Boyd School of Law in the Moot Court Room. So, please, if that is a subject that interests you, please go check that seminar out. Do we have
Absolutely.
any other announcements?
I think that's it. That go check that out. That
Yeah, that
should
sounds
be
awesome.
an incredible event. And Thin Bad, we're just gonna turn it over to you, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, just as you said, this was a great discussion. I mean, we always tend to go into other things. One thing leads to another. The Jussie Smollett thing is a mess. I believe the older generation and young folks both know what a hot mess is. That's a hot mess.
Got that right.
Um,
Oof.
you know, it's a hot mess. But even if it's not intentional, it's just crazy. A lot of people are upset. There are folks who are in different communities that people are upset by what's this going on. We just can't understand why he would do this, what's going on. But I guess it would all come out soon. That when all the dust settles, we'll see what it is. It looks like it's winding its way down, and then hopefully we can learn, and help each other because this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. They say what they call them, the brown socks. They call the old folks the brown socks and the black sandals.
That's right.
That's right, the brown socks and the black sandals generation. If we can get the brown socks if we can get the droopy pants to talk to the brown socks and the black sandals, and
Right.
the tight jeans. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God, the tight jeans. I just can't do it.
And the
I
small
No
can't.
suits
skinny jeans?
and the
Yeah,
little
yeah,
suits.
those skinny jeans, and you can't even run from the police with your pants hanging all down. I mean, they're easy to find. But we want to ensure that this next generation has more opportunities and better opportunities than we did. But by all means, I think we've gotten away from that. It used to be that each generation did better than the generation before it. And I think in our generation, that's kind of slipped up. There's some things that are changing in that regard. But again, we need to we can do better, and I think we can do that. We can just foster communication and shows that kind of deal with that kind of thing, where we can see those things work and bring out a story. That might be something we can do. Find something where old folks and young folks are getting together.
Yeah, like some
and
events.
and mention it. Yeah, some kind of event or something.
Yeah.
But brother Jussie, hope he gets the truth gets uncovered soon. But Lord, those are some serious allegations, though.
Man.
And this whole I don't share that whole MAGA ideology at all. I'm not a fan of 45, but you don't want anybody. I don't like anybody lying about something like that with the stakes being as high as they are, and people are already at each other's throat. There's so much tension throughout this nation already. We don't need that, and certainly don't need that on a high-profile level. But as we said, we talked about Susan Smith and some other folks, what it did to the race relations and that kind of thing. If the reporting is accurate, this incident is some kind of stunt here. It definitely is, because they've gone ahead and charged this fella. So listen, didn't that sound like old person? Charged this
fella.
But
this young fella.
This is just disappointing on so many levels, though.
It is.
So to waste all that talent, and but accountability is real. Results do matter. So Jussie, I hope you get whatever help you need and get it together. Just come clean, and you can't beat it until you face it. You gotta face it. You gotta face it first, and then you can get past it. But you know what? We've talked all that we can tonight. That's all the time we got this week. Thank you, Ambezi and Chief. Chief,
yes, sir.
The prophetic chief.
Right.
Yes, sir.
The one, the only.
Yeah, 1-800-CHIEF called it for another great show. And as always, you know what? We like to thank you for allowing us to give it to you straight.
No
chaser.
Good night.
You've been listening to Straight No Chaser. So join us next week for more hot topics. And also, you can always catch us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, iHeartRadio.